Today's episode is brought to us by The Leather Mule, maker of fine purses, sheaths, wallets, satchels, belts, and all your leather needs. So I want to thank The Leather Mule for providing today's stock. You really know where you can find his products because he really doesn't sell anything or have a store, but that's something I've been telling him he needs to do. But anyways, get on to today's project. We're starting with a 14-inch piece of half-inch square stock, and I'm going to try and make a necklace hanger out of this. I've already done some pre-work. I have some cross cuts in the stock going up here, rotate it, going up here. I did that on both ends. I cut 2.5 inches deep on one side and 4 inches on the other side. So hopefully I can translate what I'm envisioning in my head onto this piece of steel, and it's going to look really nice. But yeah, maybe it won't. Who knows? It's the first time I've ever done this, so kind of starting off with some dimensions that I'm unsure of, but I can see it in my head. So let's see it in real life. Let's get started. All right, so we're going to start with a twist in the middle. We're going to kind of work from the center out. Now I'm going to flip it around. I'm going to do a reverse twist going the other way. Alright, so I went ahead and cooled off the end I just twisted, so I don't untwist it in the reverse twist. I think I'm going to come back and twist this side one more time, because I think I like to twist a little bit tighter. Get that back where I had it. Again, I cooled off the side that I had just twisted. And we'll tighten this one up a little bit. Make a match. And we're going to stop there. Kind of see how that reverse twist kind of makes it a little bit more unique than just a standard twist all the way up. I like the way that looks. And I'll probably put my mark around in the middle somewhere. Good place to put it. And that's what we'll go ahead and do now. We'll go ahead and do the mark now. So when I start working on this thing, opening up the ends, I'm not going to have an opportunity to do it again. Got it in there somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. Maybe I can hit that again. That didn't go as deep as I wanted it to. Let's do a double strike, and then maybe it'll be worth millions of dollars one day. No double strike. It's still just one. All right, so we're going to start on the shorter end first. That way I'll still be able to hold it when I go to work on the longer end. All right, so I use this old junky screwdriver. Start to separate these. And that way we can work on each one individually. Keep it hot as to not to crack it. This is mild steel, so shouldn't be an issue with cracking. Alright, so now I'm just kind of pushing 2 sets of tongs, and I'm just getting everything kind of in position. And this is really similar to making a split cross. Kind of the same techniques involved. So I'm just kind of keeping pressure, pushing down as I just kind of straighten everything up. But of course, this is so thin, everything's going to move. But it's kind of where we're at, what it looks like. So now I'm going to take a small hammer. I'm going to soften. I'm going to soften these edges on these little tines. We're going to bring the tines to a taper and put not really a scroll, but kind of just like a little hook in it. But first, let's soften up these edges and get to doing some tapering. And hopefully we don't destroy this thing in the process. So we'll go ahead and start on one. They're going to have to be done one at a time. And I'm actually using a pretty small hammer. Actually a hammer I don't think I've ever forged with before. I'm just softening up the edges because I will probably put a twist on each individual tine too. We'll see. Maybe not. Alright, so I went around and hit all 4. Just kind of soften the edges. Now I'm going to do a taper. The edges are just really hard. I mean, not hard, but they're just sharp because I use the bandsaw cut. And it's just an unnatural look. Kind of soften everything up. I might even straighten these back out one at a time because I'm going to have a backache if I keep doing it like this. Yeah, I think I'm going to have a backache if I continue to do it like this. Much better. Really trying to avoid manipulating the metal too much because I don't want to crack this and have it break off on me. I'm going to do this last one together. I'm just back here using this corner of the anvil. Get the clearance that I need. Yeah, I think I have to take another heat on this last one. Alright, so now it's going to go around. I'm going to round up these tapers just on the ends. This is extremely unorthodox holding style. Second one. I got 2 more to do. Alright, so I'm going to kind of straighten everything out. Just to get an idea if everything is going to be about the same length. They don't have to be perfect. I'm not even going to measure them. I'm just going to eyeball it, and I think that looks close enough. So now on each one, I'm going to go ahead and put a little teeny tiny, it's not even a penny scroll. I just want to take this point and just kind of like round it over itself, so there's nothing pointy or sharp. And then we're going to put a little dip, like a reverse hook. Well, no, I guess it would just be a hook, not a reverse hook. And we're going to put a little twist on the section right here. So we'll do one of those. Oh no. Problem with propane forge, stuff gets tight, but it's in there. Alright, so I think I might even just use some needle nose here. I just want this to be very tiny. Well, yeah, I guess it's going to work. Kind of. These poor things are junk. They're junk. Alright, let's get another heat on that. So I got a better tool. barely better, but I guess it is better. So you see, it's some really delicate work. And that's the first one. Hopefully you can see it. It's just a real teeny tiny, just a little thingy there. All right, so I'm gonna go around and do the other three. I guess you can see it. See if I can get you to see it. Hell, I can't even see it, but you might be able to. All right, I'm gonna use that little teeny tiny little scroll to hold it. I'm not. Alright, just going to cool down the tip. Yeah, something like this is where mild steel is going to be your friend. You can get away with a lot before it starts to crack on you. Alright, this looks a little bit tighter than the first one, but that's because when I try to put it in the vise, I spun the penny scroll 180 degrees the wrong way, so I'm probably just going to wind up leaving it, because I think if I twist it all the way around one more time, it just won't look right. So that's two. Let's go ahead and do the other two. Alright, so I'm going to take a couple heats here, kind of get everything kind of close to being right. It's a lot easier if you look down on it. And I'm losing heat at a rapid rate. I really do want to be careful. Do some light tapping in a dark heat as not to mess up my scroll. All right, I want to start to get my curves in here. I just bent over my little scroll, which I'm going to have to fix. I'm going to keep it hot. I'll get this first one figured out. Lost grip. I'm just kind of pulling down on the tong. I'm pulling down on the tong while I'm tapping it on the back side. And I'm trying to get that swoop. I'll take one more heat doing this. Until I get the shape that I want. I think I kind of like that. I kind of like that. We'll make the other three match, then we're going to kind of straighten everything up, make it symmetrical and all that good stuff. So I will go ahead and do that now. Alright, so I am going to do some straightening on this thing. And it's so much easier to do it when I'm looking down on it. But these things are thin and they're not giving me a lot of time to work with it. So it's going to take a few heats to kind of get what I want. It's pretty close. I actually was kicking around an idea where I could possibly even make them different heights, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. And I'm also using the vise. Nothing to see here, but I'm just kind of including every step. And I've done 3. I got 1 more to do in the vise. I'll try my junky scrolling tongs I made. I'm going to have to revisit this project. I need a good set of scrolling tongs. I just ain't got around to doing it, I guess. That actually worked pretty good. I'm going to go around and do the other 3. I kind of want it up. Get a little bit extra height for a longer chain maybe. Yep, I'll go ahead and do that to the other 3. I'm going to straighten the shaft out a bit. I probably should have done this right after I did the twist, but I didn't. Woo! I'm going to use some wood. I'm going to mess the twist up. So that brought that nice and straight. And now we're going to start working on the other end here. Might be a little bit more tweaking up here, I'm not sure. But what you're going to see after I start to open the other side, when I did the twist, I was paying attention to have the tines opposite of each other. So these two, this side here opened up this way, and this side over here is going to open up 180 degrees opposite way. So the stand for the necklace holder is not going to interfere with the chains hanging. So we're going to get on to that now. And as you can see, I started on this side because I still have the ability to hold it. If I would have started on the other side, it would have made holding this thing really challenging. So we're kind of just repeating the steps here. We're going to open these legs up with my cheap junky screwdriver. And then we're going to work on each leg individually. Again, we're going to knock off the sharp edges where it was cut on the bandsaw, and probably put a twist in each leg and then the feet. So I'm not going to be able to open these up that far because it won't fit back in the forge. Disadvantage of a propane forge. Alright, so I'm just going to knock the sharp edges off. Again, nothing crazy. I just don't want just an unnatural look, you know, where it was cut.
not really too concerned about getting it completely smooth, but when everything else has been textured with a hammer, and then you see really sharp edges on the piece, it just doesn't look right. So we're going to start doing one of the feet. And that's just kind of how that's going to be. It's about something like that. Go around, do the other three. All right, so I didn't turn the camera on, but I kind of straightened all the legs out a little bit so I can get this twist in here. Uh-oh. That is not doing what I thought it was going to do. Let's see if I can get a better effort on camera. So I'm going counterclockwise again. And I'm going all the way around to where the feet stop where they started. And yeah, that's a much better representation of what I was trying to pull off. So what I did the last time, I just cooled down the tip. And even though the tip was cool, it was thinner than the rest of the stock, and even though it was in a black heat, it still wanted to twist before the red metal did. So let me go ahead and get the other two. Alright, so now we're going to kind of shape how I want the legs to look. I'm just kind of picking a spot on the anvil horn here. Alright, it's going to have to be twisted a little bit more. Go ahead and tap that so it fits in the forge. Alright, so the way that I'm going to have to do this may seem kind of strange at first. But I'm hoping that it all makes sense when it's said and done. Alright, so just kind of working these, getting them, just working them around the horn here, and I'm just trying to get this curve here pretty close to one another. I'm not worried about the feet yet. I'm not worried about any of that. I'm just trying to get this curve right here at least kind of similar. And I got one more to do, so just seems kind of weird right now, I know, but it's kind of like building a house, you know, when you're framing a house. I got to do stuff now that's going to make a difference later. So, all right, one more. All right, so I kind of got everything curved in like that. And now I'm going to figure out a way to curve it the other way. Kind of bring these feet back out. About like so. And of course there's going to be a ton of straightening up and all that, making sure all 4 feet are touching flat. So we'll go ahead and do another one, and then I'll finish that part up. Time for another one. I'm just kind of looking at the two legs that I have done so far. Trying to get them as close as possible anyways. Alright, so I'll stick with that. We'll get the other two done, then we'll do some tweaking and bending, probably with some tongs. So here's where we're at, and it's not going to be a lot of good video from here on out, because it's just going to be a lot of tweaking, move it here, move it there, fiddle fart with it until I get it where I want it. So we're kind of to the point where we'll just bring it back when it's about done. Just gonna set these legs to where I get the height that I want. And again, just like before, you know, looking down on it, you'll be able to make sure everything's square and all that good stuff. But it's kind of where we're at so far. Not gonna change too much. It's just everything's gonna be more symmetrical when we bring it back. So I'm gonna sit here and fiddle fart with it. Pitter patter, tic tac, and all that tippity tap stuff. And when I get everything looking good, we'll bring you back. All right, so I think I'm going to call the forging here. I do have some power brushing and stuff to do. Yeah, power brushing this is going to be really fun. Hopefully it doesn't get thrown across the room. That's why I'm doing a little bit of brushing hot. Kind of get in here where all those snag points will be. But that power brush just makes everything so smooth. Here's where we're at so far. I don't know if you're gonna get the all of it in frame. Let me lift you up a little bit. I'm not sure if it's all in there. Oh, yeah, there. There it is, it's all in frame. Pretty neat little project, I think. Most of the work went pretty fast. Getting this thing to sit on a flat surface, which my anvil is not 100% flat, without any kind of rocking, that was fun. But I think we pulled it off. I still might have to do a little bit of cold bending, tweaking it, you know, just to kind of get it rock solid. But all in all, I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm thinking maybe I don't. I like the twists in the legs. I don't like the twists up here. I probably should have just rounded those out and not twisted these. But maybe on the next one. I'm not saying I'm not happy with it, but yeah, I like the twist on the legs. Not so much up here on the little tines that's going to hold a necklace. So I'll go get this power brushed, and then we're going to get some pictures of it. But for the most part, this video is going to be over. If you're interested in something like this as a gift, Christmas is coming up. This will soon be listed on my Etsy store, and see how this one goes. If I get it on there and it sells, maybe we'll do another. They don't take it doesn't take a too terrible of amount of time to make, but there's a lot of fiddle farting work, you know, just to kind of make it look nice. You know, stuff like this, you know, it's all in the details. It makes it look really nice. So, but anywho, I'm gonna let you guys go. Remember to like, share, subscribe, blah 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 blah, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.